Hey, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Drew, aka Booty Sweat, and today I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what I think about potentially the future for Mortal Kombat 11. You know, if we're going to get any more content, if anything else is going to be coming before they just kind of move it by the wayside and maybe just kind of get started or start promoting their next game and just kind of leave Mortal Kombat 11 where it's at right now. Are we going to get any more balance patches? Are we going to get any more, you know, stages or characters or, you know, whatever? So as always, make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoy Mortal Kombat 11 based content, other fighting game content as well, but of course we do focus on Mortal Kombat around here. So yeah, so I'm not really one of the people who's constantly talking about having more content. Oh, they need to be putting out a new Kombat Pack every 6 months or new stages or all that kind of stuff. And all that stuff is great and it's fine. I think there's already a lot of characters in this game. There are certainly characters that I would want to see. I would love to see Smoke and Reptile and Ermac. Reptile being my favorite ninja, I want him. Of course, you know, there's fan favorites like Havoc and others that people are requesting like crazy. But you know, regardless of whether or not we get additional characters, you know, there's kind of the question of what are we going to get or what is going to be the future of this game. In other words, I don't necessarily think that we need to always be having, you know, constant character updates or constant new content, rather, like new characters added to the game, but some kind of transparency, some kind of communication I think is really important when you're talking about these kinds of games. You know, with fighting games especially, it's such a competitive genre of game, and I know that Mortal Kombat is probably the forerunner in terms of single player content. NRS does a really good job including lots of stuff for players who don't like to play online to do. I don't always necessarily like the non-multiplayer content. I think Towers of Time is horrible. The Crypt is just kind of whatever, you know, all that kind of stuff. But what I do think is that they definitely offer a lot in terms of just like sheer product value for what they ask. And there's just a lot of questions on, you know, when you have a competitive genre like this, you have a game that is mostly focused around the multiplayer, right? You have online fighting games, and in today's climate, they're pretty much always multiplayer focused to the vast majority of the extent, not exclusively, but that is where a big portion of the content comes from, and that's how you keep a lot of people interested in your game, is by, in my opinion, communicating what's coming next, things that you know, players can look forward to, that sort of thing. And it just doesn't bode super well, in my opinion, that we are just kind of sitting around just waiting on NRS just to tell us something. As of right now, we've got no new Combat Leagues seasons. We've just got recycled ones from before that are just being kind of rotated around so we can pick up whatever gear and you know, other cosmetics and things, rewards and stuff that we might have missed in the previous seasons. They're just kind of recycling them now at this point, so that doesn't super bode well either, that we're not even getting new skins or things like that. Not even recolors, which is really what most of the Combat League skins really are. And so it just kind of leaves a lot of players wondering what's going on. Are we getting anything new? Are we getting any kind of significant update? They of course did like the hot fix to fix Shiva's Stomp and make Shao Kahn a little bit better, but really it was just kind of a band-aid. A lot of people are wondering, are we going to get like an actual big patch? Is there ever going to be an overhaul? You know, is there ever going to be something that, you know, changes the amount of values of the moves that we can equip, so we can, you know, have all one slot moves and be able to make cool new loadouts that we weren't able to make before with our characters? You know, all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, just really, we just have radio silence from NRS right now, and I don't love that. I don't think that's great. I don't think that's really a great way to kind of treat the people that have been sort of playing your game and loyal to your game for over 2 years now. You know, even if you are planning the next big thing and you don't have any additional characters or stages or anything like that coming out, you know, there's always just the ability to communicate and just kind of, you know, throw in little things. You can devote a little bit of resources toward little things to reward current players, just to keep them motivated, keep them engaged, that sort of thing. You see this all the time with other fighting games, and that's kind of what I want to talk about now, is the longevity of NRS games and why they're so short. I don't really understand the reasoning behind making the life cycle of the NRS games so short, because they are. They basically have a 2-year turnaround for the most part. We're not seeing that this time, probably because of all the COVID and stuff. So, you know, this would be the year that we'd get a new Injustice or whatever, theoretically, right? In 2021, but we're not seeing that. So Mortal Kombat 11 looks like it's going to have a longer lifespan than most NRS games do, but it kind of seems like they're just going to let it stagnate at the moment. And so hopefully I'm wrong. I don't want to be right about that. I would love for a game made by NRS to have longer than a 2-year lifespan. Look at games like Street Fighter V, a game that released to almost universal criticism, but 6 years later is lauded as being probably one of the best fighting games on the market, and still getting content 6 years later. You know they're already developing Street Fighter V. You know they're probably ready to show that thing off pretty soon, but they're still releasing new content, still communicating with their player base, still having cool events and different things like that with their game that keeps people interested in playing Street Fighter. And unfortunately, I just don't think we're really seeing that right now. There's not really a whole lot of reason to play Mortal Kombat 11 other than if you just really like it. Now, fortunately, I really like it, and so it has its flaws. I'm thinking about doing a video of kind of the flaws and the strengths of Mortal Kombat 11, but I do overall very much like the game. It's not my favorite game of all time, but it is very good in my opinion in a lot of ways. So I'm kind of here still playing it because I want to learn new characters. You've seen all of my character variation guides. I want to actually get in there and use some of those variations that I've put in those guides and things like that. There's a lot of value for me in this game, but that's because I like the online play and I like to learn new characters. Not everybody's like that. Some people just want to stick to their character and they really just want to play online every once in a while, and you got to have something that's going to keep those players motivated to keep coming back. And I just don't think we're really seeing that right now, and that's a little bit disappointing. But I don't know. Hopefully the future for MK11 right now, in my opinion, doesn't look too bright, but hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully they've got something big up their sleeves that they're going to do. I really hope it's not just a matter of we're going to hurry up and just release the next or announce the next NRS title and we're just gonna move on from MK11, whatever. I really hope that's not the case. It may very well be, but I don't know. Only time will tell. So tell me what you think in the comments below. Are we getting any future combat packs? Are we getting any more stages? Are we getting a big update, a big overhaul patch? Are we getting anything like that? Or are we just gonna keep getting little tweaks and changes just to kind of try to sate our hunger a little bit until the next NRS game comes out? Let me know. All right, and like always, that's gonna be it for this one, and leave a like and a subscribe, blah, 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 all that YouTuber crap. Anyway, have a good one. Be blessed.